Yeah, so I'm going to throw out the disclaimer. One, if I yawn while you're talking,
Come
I'm
on.
not bored, I'm pregnant.
You are?
It's like, I'm
Congratulations.
so damn
My
tired.
wife is pregnant.
I know, I read that. We're going to
That's
talk
crazy.
about
Okay,
it.
okay.
I also have pregnant brain, so I can't remember shit. I don't normally go off notes.
Okay.
All right, so here we go. First of all, tell my listeners who the hell you are.
I am Mr. James Munky Schaefer. Most of you know me from the band Korn.
So I want to go back to the year that Dallas won the Super Bowl. There were no World Series champions. Forrest Gump dominated the theater. Sandra Bullock drove the bus in speed. We got the Wonder Bra. We lost Kurt Cobain. Michael Jackson married Elvis's daughter. OJ's Bronco happened. Tanya smashed Nancy's knee. The Beanie Baby craze began. And you guys dropped your first album.
That was a crazy year.
It was a crazy year. You've managed to stay in music for 26 years now. Is that right?
That's
Am I
right.
math? How do you do it?
One of my most important things is that you just show up.
Uh-huh.
If you just show up and now all the guys show up, stuff gets done. You know, if you show up to work, work gets done. I always tell people that, especially young musicians, just show up, and then someone else will show up, and someone will have an idea, and then that idea will grow into an actual manifest into something that's bigger than you ever expected. So that's kind of, I don't know. That's part of it. Is that part of it's also health,
Uh-huh.
and keeping a balance between health and your family, and how much time you dedicate to and allocate to each part of your life.
And so, since you guys have been doing this for so long, you've toured a ton. You've got to have that down to a science now. What makes your touring work?
I think having our own space, because when it's time to travel, we get kind of pushed into these tight spaces, and I think a lot of bands don't really kind of make it through that point where it's like if you're going to put five, six guys or girls in a tight space, and you're missing home, you're hungry, you're tired, you're gonna freak out a little bit, and everybody kind of gets on each other's nerves. I think that we've been able to maintain a level of respect through the years, and like, okay, he's bugging out. Like, obviously, he needs some space. I'm gonna respect him and get away from him and let him chill, get some rest, get some food, call home until people are feeling better. And I think that has a lot to do with it.
So, being together this long, everybody has to have developed their own role. Like, they're not here to defend themselves.
Haha.
Who's the band mom? Who's the chef? What is everybody's role?
That's a good question. I don't know because I'm kind of in the middle of it. I don't know. It's whatever you want it to. It changes it on a different day. It could be somebody could be the responsible one, or somebody could be, the lazy one, or the sloppy one.
Fair enough. Okay.
And because I could be all those, on any given day.
Now, you guys are touring with Alice in Chains. You're actually coming to our area on July 31st at Jiffy Lube Live. What can we expect at that show? Because we're going.
So, it's difficult to put together a set list because we're going to have a new record out too. And we got to make sure to put a new song or two. Some songs that, fan favorites, things that people haven't heard in a long time. Maybe that, a couple songs off the old first record, some hits along the way, and maybe it'll interchange, and maybe we'll change it up too, as far as that. But it's not an easy task. So I think trying to find a good balance again, where it's fan favorites, but also some of the bigger hits, because that makes the crowd excited.
So now we're going to get personal. We just talked about you're expecting your fourth child. Is that right?
That's right, yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
And that's coming very soon.
That's going to be in the middle of the tour.
Yeah.
I haven't really figured that part out yet. We're gonna figure that out though.
So being away from home and it's Mother's Day weekend, I imagine you got her something big and shiny.
I hope the airport has an amazing gift shop on the way home, because I'm gonna have to figure that out too. Yeah.
What's your grossest dad story?
Oh, I just had one the other day. So my kid, right, my youngest kid, who's Rocky, and he's 3. Yeah, he's 3. It's hard to keep track anymore. He's jumping around and he's having a good time, and he jumps up on me and like the sweet, like he's gonna kiss me and give me a big hug, and he just throws up all over my shoulder. And his grandma's like, "Don't move," because he's gonna throw up again, and maybe get it on the couch. So she's actually worried about the couch, and she's like, "Just don't move." I just took my shirt off and handed it to her and went upstairs and took a shower. So that was the most recent gross story.
See, I don't have kids. I'm expecting my first. So
Congratulations.
I'm a cat mom, and if that situation happened with our cats, I'd just leave it because they'd eat it.
Oh.
You can't do that with a kid, right?
I don't know. Maybe.
So the last thing I need from you is parenting advice. How can I be a rock star parent too?
Okay. Number 1 is patience. Whatever, you just got to kind of breathe and and be in the moment. Because I think for me, like when my first child was born and family started to grow, I created a lot of anxiety in myself, where it was like, okay, as soon as we get this done, we got to do this, this, and this. And when I realized that, I kind of pulled it back to like, okay, right now I just have to change the diaper. I'm not going to worry about the bottle and warming up the bottle and what's going to happen later tonight, the bath. You just kind of practice your zen.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can do it.
You're going to be fine.
And maybe if it's a boy, I name it Munky.
Don't do that to poor kid. Poor kid. I have to live with that. It hasn't been easy.
Well, thank you so much for your time. We appreciate you.
Thank you.
We can't wait to see you in Bristow, Virginia.
Cool. Thanks, guys.